Yay Networks.
Welcome to another episode of A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. It's a podcast that I, Kelly Raspberry Evans, am so fortunate to be able to do with my husband, Alan Evans.
Hello, Alan. Hey, Train in the house.
Man, your voice sounds kind of weak there, babe.
Yeah, I had a gagging coughing fit right
now you
before.
know how I feel. I have gagging coughing fits like on the reg.
How did this become? I'm the victim here, but now you're the victim
Because
somehow.
whenever I have coughing, gagging fits, you're like,
I just kind of look at you like, yeah, but babe, that happens like
all the time.
every day.
But don't you feel sorry for me now based on your experience? It's bad, isn't it?
I mean, I'm over it now.
Are you?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'm glad you're fine.
I'm like 97%.
Yeah, you're still getting over the sinus infection.
I'm not 100%. I'm like 97%.
Well, boy, by next podcast,
Oh, they're gonna
firing on all
they're
cylinders.
gonna get the full guy. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm coming to you on the podcast a little crispy this evening. Now, we filmed, when we do the podcast, we record it on our YouTube channel of the same name, A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. We have a faithful 42 in there right now. Where is everybody? Usually there's more people than that. But you might notice I have a little glow to my skin.
You're very glowy.
Very glowy. Well, guess what I did today? You'll never guess, so I'm going to tell you. I went for a halo treatment, a halo dermalogical treatment. A couple years ago, I was at a charity auction for kids, and you know Carrie Duber from Real Housewives of Dallas. She's not on the show any longer.
Name drop.
But, well, that's not a name drop, but she has the business. She does laser. It's Lemon Avenue.
Laser.
Plastic surgery and laser, I think is what they call it.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's been 2 years and I just forgot about it, that I had it. So I reached out and they were like, yeah, we'll still honor it. Come on in. So last week, if you saw me then, my jowls were super swollen because I had Kybella.
Yeah.
See, I'm about to have a birthday. This is what we women do right around birthdays when we're
Just
starting
get
to
lots of procedures.
Yeah, you're just getting it all done.
Lots of self-care.
So Halo, I was like, I don't know how I was going to explain it to you guys, but it's a hybrid fractional laser
Okay.
that combines ablative and non-ablative wavelengths that simultaneously target the top layer of your skin as well as the deeper tissue underneath the surface for a powerful skin rejuvenation treatment. Basically, any sun damage, fine lines, freckles and wrinkles and things are going to like slough away, and then I'm going to be left with baby skin. Now, some women scared me going into this. I've got a very high pain threshold, but this is what happens is when you start talking to women that have something you want to get done, everybody's like, oh, they want to tell you how horrible it was, right? I guess that makes them, I don't know. Why? Why do they try to scare you? They do it when you talk about having babies and C-sections and any procedure, how horrible it was, right?
Same with the eye, the laser eye surgery.
Yes, LASIK.
LASIK, yeah. Don't go look at any videos. You're going to see your eye being sliced open.
You know, people just love to freak you out. So I went in today and I was a little freaked out, but the guy put me at ease. And
who was the guy?
The guy at I don't have his name in
the
front
technician?
of me. Yeah, the technician. I'm so sorry. I don't have his name in front of me right now. Thanks for putting me on the spot.
It wasn't
honey.
Dr. Duber, though,
No,
was
it
it?
wasn't.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, they put a numbing cream on me for about 45 minutes. And then I did it's like zapping you. The laser is zapping you. I did all the way down to my décolleté. I wish I'd done the back of my hands. I wasn't thinking about it, but I've got like little...
Excuse me?
Décolleté, my chest area.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Your cleavage?
Yeah, down to, like, not all the way.
Your breastbone?
Like,
your sternum?
No, just like my chest area.
Oh,
that shows wrinkles and age spots because, you know, when you wear V-necks. Anyway, as the laser is kind of zapping you, you've got the numbing cream on. It didn't bother me, but like I said, I have a high pain threshold, so it might have bothered somebody else. It zaps you with cool air as well. So you got the cool air and the zapping going on at the same time. But he told me some ladies, they'll give them a shot that basically makes you feel like you've drunk a bottle of wine, but then I wouldn't have been able to drive myself home. And I said, well, I don't think I need that. And I didn't. So it took about 30 minutes or so for him to do my whole treatment. And then they gave me a cool air hose to like hose my face down. He put a cooling mask on me, serums to help, because my skin was like exposed. My pores were all open at that point. And he said, don't touch your face the rest of the day. I don't want any water on it. I don't want you to clean your skin, nothing. And tonight he wants me to sleep on a clean pillowcase because, when you sleep on a pillowcase, your body oil, your hair, and, stuff, and germs, it's dirty. Even if you sleep on it one night, it's got your dead skin cells and stuff on it.
Have you ever shined a black light on our pillowcases?
You mean on yours?
Oh.
So anyway.
Looks like you were washing those things with bleach.
I've got a new pillowcase ready to go tonight. And then tomorrow morning, he's giving me these gentle cleansers. I'm just telling you in case you've ever, I know Alan's like, whatever, but women want to know. And maybe some men do too.
I want to know.
I have a very gentle cleanser that I have to use twice a day, morning and night. But I also, and I said to him, I use Elta. I've talked about this on the podcast before. When I reached about 35, 40, base makeup looked like crap on me. So I played around with different tinted moisturizers and sunscreens until I landed on Elta. And I told him, I said, can I use that? He said, well, guess what? That's what I'm giving you. He said, this is the best stuff, and this is what I'm giving you to use because I can start wearing makeup again tomorrow, but it has to be this Elta tinted sunscreen. So I'm really
Is that
anxious.
That stuff I have? I think that's that same stuff
too.
I have.
You got some too
that
after you got
good.
a facial. It's very good. But he said my skin's going to start, I did feel like I had a sunburn. So I'm a little red right now, but the redness has already gone down quite a bit. But I feel like I have a bit of a sunburn, not horrible. I've had way worse, trust me, as a redhead growing up in South Carolina.
You look like you just came back from vacation.
Yeah. So I'm a little flushed. And I've got this product serum on, so I'm a little shiny too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he said after like 2 or 3 days, he said my skin will get kind of dry. He said, but most people, unless they're really studying your skin, they're not even going to probably notice. But then that dead skin will start sloughing off. He said, but don't encourage it to slough off. Let it slough off on its own. Don't take like an abrasive cleanser or a sponge. No scratching, nothing. Use my fingertips and gently massage the cleanser. So I'll let y'all know the results and if it's worth it. It's not a cheap procedure. Now, I bid on it at an auction, so I only paid a couple $100.
Give us a dollar range on this thing.
These
people want to know
where you go. It's going to be around $1,500.
No,
14. I think he said was this one. 14.
1,400, huh?
You get all these products that you get all the serums and the creams and everything that go with it. So there's hundreds of dollars worth of products as well. But that depends on where you go, But I went to Lemon Avenue, and I'll just let y'all know how it goes. The Kybella, finally, the swelling went down, but I think it's supposed to improve in time as well.
Kybella. Explain.
You had Kybella.
Did I have Kybella?
In your chin, your double chin.
I did before I lost like 150 pounds or whatever it was, I did Kybella on my neck. And I had a bullfrog neck for a little while.
Yeah,
but
and
then it went
goes
down.
But you also lost weight.
Yeah, I think the losing weight did more than the Kybella.
And for
honestly.
me, I didn't have a double chin issue. I'm thankfully, genetically, it's not going to be an issue for me, except for the natural sagging that you typically get. But my jowls is a situation for me. And my mother said that's hereditary from her side of the family. Thank you, Mama. But I also got my great legs from my mama. Thank you, Mama.
There you go.
And my height and all that good stuff. So anyway, there's pros and cons in everybody's genetic pool. But this Kybella is supposed to eventually dissolve the fat. It dissolves fat.
Oh, that's
basically.
right. Yeah.
So my jowls over time, because when I went through a big funk last week, Alan had to sit down with me and have words.
I had an intervention.
It was not pretty. But I think what happened is I'm turning 54 this year. It's not a big milestone birthday, but I had that Kybella and it made my face swell up and my jowls sag down even further. And when I looked in the mirror, I saw looking back at me like a 70-something-year-old woman. And it really messed with my head. And but Alan finally had to come to Jesus with me. And
whoa.
I've been trying to do better ever since then.
He wasn't here.
No,
just me.
That just means you
Oh,
told me how it was.
it's a figure of speech.
And to snap out of it,
was a
like
figure of
Cher said
speech.
in Moonstruck, minus the face slap. I didn't get the face slap.
I wasn't shaking you and
No, no.
throwing cold water in your
Wasn't like
face.
that.
Yeah.
But anytime I have a procedure, I've had, if anybody ever wants to ask me anything about what I've had done, I am happy to share the pros and cons of it. I had a complete mommy makeover many years ago. In some ways, I'm glad I got it. In some ways, I'm not glad I got it. But I'll tell you the pros and cons. If anybody ever wants to ask, maybe I'll do that another time when you're not here, Alan. You don't want to hear all that stuff, do you?
I mean,
about tummy tucks and boob lifts and implants.
I mean,
stuff.
I'll talk about boobs. I mean, we can take a look at them and talk about them. Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Kybella, though, the cost. Some of our live studio audience, they're interested in the cost of Kybella. Ballpark.
Don't remember.
Wow.
I slapped down a credit card and I was like, oh, I don't remember. I'll have to look it up.
So you weren't even concerned about the cost?
I was concerned, but I was like, oh, I don't think that was as expensive as the Halo.
Yeah, I don't think that.
I think it was probably a few hundred.
Yeah, I don't think Kybella is like.
Yeah. But it's not like, I don't want to do a facelift.
Crazy cost on that.
You get a facelift, there's no coming. I mean, it'll eventually settle down. But I see women who have beautiful facelifts. If you look at the Real Housewives.
Have you?
Yes. If you look at the Real Housewives of New York, someone like Ramona, who says she hasn't had a facelift, she's lying. Sonia Morgan, she had a facelift, beautiful. But it changes. Like Sonia Morgan, it's like, whoa, she didn't look like herself for a while, but now her face is kind of settling back down and she's looking more like herself. But you see someone like on Real Housewives of New Jersey, who's the one that was the ponytails, Margaret, right? Isn't that her name? I suddenly went blank. Is it Margie? Margaret?
You're asking the wrong dude.
What happens is what I was afraid would happen to me. It stretched her mouth back, and I can't touch my face to do it on YouTube. So y'all just have to imagine if I'm pulling my face back, it makes your lips like bigger and wider. And that's kind of the fear I have.
Like a Joker smile?
That I would be stretched too much.
Like a Joker smile?
Kind of.
Like a Joe Biden smile?
It spreads your smile out. So you just have to be really sure if you're ever going for a facelift. You got to do your research. You got to look at their catalog of before and after photos. You can even ask for testimonials and have them, because they have, if it's a reputable doctor, they probably have a list of clients that are happy to sing their praises, right? So just do your research and you should be fine. And I'm happy to be the guinea pig for all of it if you'd like.
For every one good facelift you can show me, I will show you 25 others.
That's not true.
That look bad.
That's not true, because if it's a good facelift, you wouldn't know.
2 words.
You wouldn't know.
2 words. Courtney Cox.
Well, she's gone too far a couple times, but she's had a lot of fillers. And
I don't know what
things.
she's done, but she doesn't look like Courtney Cox.
But I'm telling you, that's the thing. And I told Alan this too. Sometimes when you tweak something and it's not quite right, you tweak it a little more, and then sometimes you get to the point where it's like, oh my God, it's too late. Now I don't know who I am anymore. And I was a victim of that with Botox in my jaw. And Alan and I had just started dating. I wasn't doing it for, I get Botox in my forehead and around my crow's feet on my eyes. But this time I got it to alleviate the clenching in my jaw. So this was a medical Botox, right? And I got it, and I went back a couple months later to the dentist to see how it was doing. I said, I can't tell a difference. And so he gave me another injection. Oh my gosh, it paralyzed the whole right side of my face. I mean, paralyzed it. And I don't know that it's ever completely recovered, honestly. But, and Alan and I just started dating. It was like we started dating in January. This happened in April. And so you could see pictures of me, and I was so embarrassed. I didn't cry about it because I know Botox wears off. But I would be in pictures, and I'd try to turn my head to the side so you can only see one side of my face, because the other side it's like I had Bell's palsy. It was just swollen and hanging there.
Your friend, it was swollen and hanging there. Your friend John McGill said you look like a Muppet.
It was terrible.
He said your mouth
a marionette. It was so bad. You can go back and look at pictures. It's terrible. So anyway, I'll tell you what Alan doesn't want to talk about is my face anymore, but what he does want to talk about is his yard.
Love my yard.
Alan loves it.
I love your face too.
I know you do. We don't want to talk about my procedures, but listen, winter wrecked our yard and our landscaping. But Alan is super excited. And in fact, he's like, is it time yet? Because we got Sunday for our lawn this year.
Sunday.
And we are so excited because we know it's going to save our lawn and, in fact, make it better than ever because we've never used Sunday before.
Man, I hope so. I need help.
But Sunday is more than just a lawn care product. It is customized to work with nature and to work with your lawn, your soil type, in your climate. That's the difference. Because you can go to the local feed and seed or whatever hardware store and buy all these heavy bags of chemicals that you have to lug around and mix and hope for the best. But you get Sunday, and Allen went online because you're the yard man and filled out. You put in your address, and you can even send them samples of the soil in your yard.
Sunday shows you a Google Map image of your yard.
Yes.
And they send you, based on like where you live and your soil, if you send it in, they send you a customized program for your yard.
It's a free lawn analysis if you just want to check it out and see, because it just takes a few seconds. And like Alan said, they send you customized based on your soil and climate. Think of it like a meal kit delivery service for your yard. That's a good way to put it, I think.
Way to go, babe.
You just take this personalized pouch, your lawn food, you attach it to your sprayer, and you spray your yard. That's it. It takes about 15 minutes depending on the size of your yard. Like I said, you could be lugging the chemicals around, but this is the thing. There's no harsh chemicals, nothing that's not good for you, your pet, or the planet in what Sunday is going to give you for your lawn. And also it tells you the optimum time to apply it.
I need help. I need to know when to do that.
Alan will be told exactly. Our date is April 11th.
April 11th.
We're counting down the days. But producer Robert White Cheddar, he lives 20 minutes away from us. He sent in his soil sample. You know when he's applying his? This weekend. Isn't that funny? We live in the same climate, same environment, but we have completely different soils.
Different soil.
And different grass and things. So he's applying his this weekend. We're very excited. And with Sunday, you don't have to guess. With Sunday, you get it right.
Yeah, so let Sunday take the guesswork out of growing a greener, more beautiful lawn this spring. Visit getsunday.com/sandwich to get $20 off your custom lawn plan at checkout. That's $20 off your custom plan at getsunday.com/sandwich.
All right, honey. Now, I told you I was going to bring it.
Wow, you're the skipper.
You've been doing it.
I'm Gilligan on this one.
You've been doing it lately.
Wow.
Alan
so I just sit tight.
Just sit
huh?
back and
okay.
enjoy, honey.
Okay.
So Alan came to me yesterday.
Can I get on the internet while you're doing this?
Sure, honey. Alan came to me yesterday
Yes.
and said, "Did you see the guy on Twitter that found shrimp in his cereal? And then he found string and he found all this stuff." I was like, "Alan, that's somebody just trying to go viral. That's not, come on, that's probably just a viral prank."
Mm-hmm.
Well, it turns out it was true.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been watching the people on Fox today said the same thing. They thought it was a hoax. It was because the guy that was tweeting about this, he happens to be a comedian, but he started off, it's really interesting. He was like a rapper. He got a $1 million contract when he was in his 20s with a record label. He's gone on to be a writer, a producer.
Okay.
He's married to Topanga.
Okay.
From Boy Meets World, Danielle Fishel.
Is he a well-known
Well, he
comedian?
is fairly well known.
Because I didn't know who he was.
I think he's a writer, more he's a comedic
Oh,
writer.
okay.
And I think he probably does stand up too. But anyway, his name is Jensen Karp. So
Jensen Karp.
when Alan told me this, I thought, hey, this guy's yanking everybody's chain.
He's trying
It's
to
gonna be a
buffalo
big
the
hoax.
brand.
It's true. So what happened on Monday, Jensen tweeted.
I think it's Jensen.
Jensen?
Good eye, mate.
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
think it is actually Jensen.
Okay, Jensen Karp. I don't know. I've never heard it said out loud. But he tweeted at Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Why are there shrimp tails in my cereal? This is not a bit, in parentheses.
I like how he used the word bit.
Yeah, and then he looped in General Mills, the parent company, and said, "I'm genuinely nervous. I will never eat or sleep again without answers." So Cinnamon Toast Crunch, they have a social media.
Okay.
Department like everybody does. Wendy's, Burger King, whenever somebody complains, you've seen those sassy comebacks they get when somebody comes at them on social media. That's who's replying to them here.
Yeah. So when I was in the corporate world, I was in charge of social media teams that did this kind of
This is
stuff.
what they did.
So you get this thing and you look at it, and there's a social media person looking at it, and she calls over her team to look at it, and everyone's kind of looking at it like, this is probably a bunch of bullshit, but we got to say something.
Well, this is what they said.
So after they huddled up,
Right.
they said, we got to respond to this asshole. What are we going to say?
This is what they did.
What are we going to say?
They apologized. They asked for more details and then offered to send him another box of cereal. But then when they looked at the photos of what, obviously, if you go on Twitter right now and look at Jensen Karp, it's JensenKarp.
Jensen.
Look at what he's showing you. These are obviously cinnamon sugar encrusted shrimp tails. There's no doubt about it. Cinnamon Toast Crunch responded, no, those are not shrimp tails. They don't read. I want to surprise you. They said it is now you made me lose my place. It appears to be an accumulation of the cinnamon sugar that sometimes can occur when ingredients aren't thoroughly blended. We assure you, there's no possibility of cross-contamination with shrimp. And that's why Jensen went on Twitter. He said, I wasn't going to take this to Twitter until this is how they responded to me. He said, I am looking at shrimp tails. This is not some miraculous combination of sugar that's, how it crystallizes sometimes into lumps. These are shrimp tails. On top of that, on further inspection, this is one of those double bag boxes of cereal you get at Costco.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not one, it's 2 bags. He said down in the bottom of the bag that he had already eaten from, where he found these shrimp tails, by the way. So this is really messing with his head. They were baked in black things, baked into the cereal.
Rat droppings?
That's what people are assuming. His wife, Danielle Fishel, a.k.a. Topanga, said, I'm going to look at the other bag in this box. They said it looked like the bag had been opened and retaped. That's what they said it looked like. And inside that bag was dental floss.
That is so nasty. Gross.
So heebie-jeebie time, right? So what some of Jensen's followers, because people are starting to kind of figure, why do you keep saying Jensen?
Because I think it's Jensen.
People are trying to figure out what this was. This seems like the logical explanation to me, even though at this point, at the time we were recording this podcast, there has been no definitive answer.
Let's hear it.
Somebody surmised that rats had gotten into like a bin of dry cereal and were nesting. And rats, when they're nesting like birds, they go pick up things to pad their nest. So he had probably either, maybe somebody in the warehouse where they do the cereal had gone and gotten some shrimp tails and dental floss. You know what? He was doing the nest. And anyway, that stuff ended up baked into the vat of cereal. Makes sense to me. And if you knew this about the FDA, this is going to gross you out. There is a certain amount of bug particles and things of that nature that are considered acceptable in the foods we get, because there's, with pesticides and things like that, they can't say your food is 100% free of gnat wings.
So wait a second, back up.
So there is an acceptable amount of bug parts you can have in your food.
Okay.
FYI.
You said that one of the bags had appeared to be open.
Yes. Okay. So this is going back and forth now.
So why aren't we looking at that versus saying, well, maybe a rat got in one of the bins?
So then this is it. Okay. So in the meantime, while this is going, because Jensen's just tweeting nonstop how this is what's going on, because he said if they would have handled this correctly, I wouldn't have probably taken it this far, but he's letting us all know what's going on now. So Cinnamon Toast Crunch then asked Jensen to be home for a 3 to 4 hour window today so they could send a FedEx envelope to him to have the shrimp mailed back to them so they could do some inspection. But Jensen's like, no, I'm not sending you all this stuff. He said, I might send you some of it, but I'm keeping some of the evidence myself. That's another thing people will do. You don't give up what you got. You got to hold on to some of the evidence, right?
Okay.
He said, I don't trust you. I don't trust you at this point. And then Cinnamon Toast Crunch said, if you are unwilling to send the items in cereal packaging to us, please provide the items to your local law enforcement. This may be product tampering, and we need the opportunity to investigate the packaging. And they also released a statement. I won't reveal the whole thing, or I won't read the whole thing, but it said any consumers who notice their cereal box or bag has been tampered with, such as the clear tape that was found in this case, should contact them and the authorities. So in the meantime, Jensen is taken, because he's like, y'all are telling me this is sugar crystals. He's taken the shrimp tails to a lab for DNA testing. This is how far he's taken it because this is really blown up. And he's saying another thing is not just the way they handled this so poorly. The problem is, what if somebody is highly allergic to shellfish and had eaten this? What if somebody has a religious reason they don't eat shellfish? This would be a huge violation for their religious or spiritual. She's like, there's a lot of layers to this, besides the fact that someone could have potentially tampered with cereal. So I just checked right before we started recording the podcast to see if there was any update. And as of the time we're recording this, his last tweet was about 8 hours ago. And he said, no real update, and I'm not posting about this bullshit all day again. Waiting for the envelope I agreed on from General Mills to send them back pieces and some of a shrimp tail. We'll leave home for DNA testing at noon. They grow up so fast. So that's where it stands. So not a hoax, but it's like the biggest story all over the news today. So if you're out of the loop, now you have all the facts.
Okay, so what it sounds like to me is he's getting a lot more attention on this Twitter thing than he would otherwise, right? So, I mean, what is he trying to gain by going back and forth with General Mills?
He was insulted the way this is what I'm telling you. He said if they would have handled this properly from the beginning and not, he's like, come on. You're stupid.
The
You're
first
gonna tell
message
me-
from General Mills was dumb.
Yeah, and
I
that's
agree.
what ticked him off.
I agree. Okay, so we got ticked off, but I don't understand, unless he can show he was harmed or...
He ate this stuff. You don't think that doesn't mess with your head?
Well, it's going to mess with his head, but if he takes this to court, he's going to have to prove that General Mills knowingly screwed up and,
He's not trying to take it to court, honey.
Well, I know. That's why I don't understand why he's trying to blow it up.
Honey, people, do you look at the internet anymore?
I'm the one that
know
told
what's
you
going on?
about this.
I know. You see people that are getting in fights, things are happening, horrible things, and everybody whips out their cell phone to film it because they ain't interested in helping. They want to go viral. I'm not saying necessarily this is what he did, but if we had something like that happen, you would absolutely take it to social media because you would feel wrong.
If I found
out.
if I found a bug in like my cereal, you think the first thing I would do is at General Mills or at Post that
You would at a sandwich and some lovin' on Instagram, you would.
I'd probably call them.
You'd put it on social media. If you found something really gross in a box of something, you
don't
absolutely
know.
would post it online.
I don't know.
I know beyond a shadow of a doubt you would.
I don't know.
You post everything else.
That whole story still doesn't explain what happened.
I know we don't know the bottom of it yet.
You know, I highly doubt, and this is just me, but I highly doubt General Mills and their manufacturing, and they've done this forever, and people aren't like adding General Mills all the time about all the crap they found in their cereal, right? All the sophisticated manufacturing they have, and you're trying to tell me a shrimp tail, a piece of floss, and rat shit got mixed in with their cereal.
It can happen because there's
I
an
find
acceptable
that
level.
very hard to
There's
believe.
an acceptable. Okay, tell them what happened to your parents with the mattress they got. The blow up mattress. The blow up mattress they slept on.
Oh, that was something from Amazon.
But tell them what happened.
They ordered.
This is what stuff can happen. You don't know what you're getting. You're just. I'll tell you my story in a minute. Go ahead.
Do you want me to tell it?
Yeah.
So they ordered it was like a blow-up retractable mattress from Amazon. And it was actually the one that they were sleeping on when I went over there the night that it was freezing.
It was really good. It had a bed frame and everything that came with it.
I talked about how I went over there and my dad was in front of the fire, and it was like 40 degrees in the house. They were on that mattress.
And he'd ordered this years ago and never opened the box.
Right.
Until this happened.
Right. So he said he opened it, and inside the box were 6 or 7 iPhone boxes. And he was like, well, I didn't order iPhones, but then he got to looking at the iPhones, and all the boxes had already been opened. And the phones were taken out, but the chargers were left and the headphones were left. And he had ordered these.
They were all iPhone 5s.
He had ordered this mattress years ago, but these 5 iPhone boxes were crammed into the mattress box.
It was more than 5. They're iPhone
5 or
5s.
6 or 7.
Yeah, they were a lot. Like 10.
I can't remember. But he said, do you want the chargers? And we're like, yeah, we can use the chargers all day. And he's like, what about the headphones? And I said, well, the headphones got the round jack on the end, but yeah, we can probably use them.
They work on our laptops.
They work on our laptops. But we were just kind of thinking, well, how in the hell did that happen? All we could think was probably somebody in the mattress warehouse was doing some shady stuff, and they
stealing those iPhones,
stealing phones or something, and then they stuffed them in a box and forgot about them. You know, but that's different than a big company.
But that
like
stuff can happen.
I understand, but that can happen probably more so than a rat climbing into a big vat of cereal, right?
I bet
and grabbing floss.
I bet there's somebody listening to our podcast that has worked in some sort of food mass production warehouse that has stories you could share. I worked in a restaurant. I have stories I could share about some things that went on in the kitchen. There's gross stuff that happens in this world, and we all have those stories. So I'm not saying it could have been maybe an employee was like, I'm hungry, I'm going to eat a box of cereal, and maybe, I don't know. We don't know. We don't know. They haven't gotten to the bottom of it yet.
Right.
But my thing was, I was going to tell you, you know, you can go to any store right now, and I bought back in the day a DVD player, and from Walmart. I was so mad I didn't go to Walmart for a long time after this, the way they treated me over this situation. But when I got it and opened it up, my brother-in-law at the time came over to hook it up because my husband didn't know how to do it. And as soon as there was a DVD in it, and my in-laws were sitting there, my brother-in-law and I, and he hit play, and it was homemade porn.
2 podcasts in a row, babe.
Porn was in the DVD player, and we immediately shut it off like, oh my gosh. And the channel changer little thing, the handheld control, wasn't in the box. So obviously somebody had taken back the DVD player after using it, keeping the changer, and they are able to seal it up where you can't even, or a lot of times they'll just take a return and they'll just tape it up and put it back on the shelf.
Okay, I'm just playing the other side of the argument here, but that is totally different. That's an apples to oranges.
Things can happen.
I know, but that didn't come from the factory with a porn DVD in it.
No, it didn't.
Some asshole bought it, and then he's using it,
But people find stuff in their food all the time. I worked in a restaurant, and I remember one time they made something. I remember it was a salad, and some of the food we got in the produce, a huge industrial staple got left behind, and the woman that I was waiting on bit down on it and just absolutely, it did not, thank God, it did not hurt her, but it freaked her out. She's like, this could have cost me thousands of dollars in dental work and damages. And of course, the manager picks up the meal, apologizes profusely. It could have been a lot worse. So you can't say stuff doesn't happen like this.
I didn't say it doesn't. I didn't say it doesn't happen. I said it's hard for me to believe that in the same box of cereal, it's General Mills' fault in their manufacturing that a piece of floss, a shrimp tail,
and
rat poop are all in the same box. That didn't all get mixed into one box of cereal. Somebody opened it, or like you said, a rat got in that box.
We don't know. There's surmising.
Like in the grocery store after it left General Mills. But I find it very hard to believe that when they're making the cereal and they spit the cereal down into that bag in that box, it went down in there with shrimp tails, a piece of floss, and rat poop in it. I think that's the chances of that
could be a quality control issue.
Well, they got a big one then.
They
if
have
that's
those
what happened.
big vats. You see it on TV. It's just conveyor belts. There's nobody sitting there watching every piece of cereal go into those boxes.
No, yeah, I know. Like I said, I didn't say it.
Know.
I'm not saying it couldn't happen. I'm saying the chances of that are not as good as, well, a rat gnawed his way in the box.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't say it gnawed in the box.
Or in the bag or whatever.
Because there was no hole in the box.
Yeah.
Anyway, maybe by the time we have the next podcast,
I want answers.
Obviously, grumpy pants.
I'm the one that told you about this story.
I'm the one that did the digging and got the dirt on it. All right, look, I told you, it's not fun getting older. Who says it's, you get wiser and you start letting certain things go. But I know a lot of women who get older, they get really frustrated by thinning, weakened hair. They end up just chopping it off. I get that frustration, but before you do that, you owe it to yourself to check out Nutrafol.
Nutrafol.
Thousands of women have taken back control of their hair with Nutrafol, and many users just raved that this supplement not only transformed their hair, but it also restored their confidence. Nutrafol offers 2 targeted formulas for women that are clinically shown to improve hair growth and thickness with less shedding through all stages of life. So visit Nutrafol.com, take their hair wellness quiz. for personalized product recommendations unique to your hair's needs. No matter what your stage in life, Nutrafol has the solution. Nutrafol Women, ideal if you're experiencing thinning hair caused by stress, dieting, overstyling, environmental toxins. Women's Balance is formulated with additional hormone support if your hair is thinning because of menopause, right? But remember this, healthier hair growth does take time. You should experience thicker, stronger, faster growing hair somewhere between 3 to 6 months. In a clinical study, 86% of women reported improved hair growth after 6 months. More than 1,500 top doctors recommend, as well as Alban from Jose Abair's Salon in Plano, Texas. He saw it firsthand in his client's hair. He did the research himself, and he's a big fan of Nutrafol as well.
And you can grow thicker, healthier hair and support our show by going to Nutrafol.com and entering the promo code SANDWICH to save 20% off your first month subscription. This is their best offer anywhere, and it's only available to U.S. customers for a limited time. Plus free shipping on every order. Get 20% off at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com. Promo code SANDWICH.
Thank you, babe, for doing that call to action for me.
Your hair's got this product in it. It's like it's getting thicker using Nutrafol, but
Yes.
it looks like it's cement. Your hair has this cement in it.
Is that your Jose impression? Or is that Alban?
It's either one.
Or is that Clinton? I don't even know anymore.
Oh, come on.
All right.
My Clinton's pretty good.
Alan and I
Okay.
met with our financial planner via
pretty
like
nice,
some web call yesterday.
Yeah, Kelly.
It's a big wake-up call to think, wow, how many more years do you want to work? What do you want to do after you stop working? At what age do you want to stop working?
How much are you spending at TJ Maxx every month?
Exactly. How much money is just sitting in the bank? It's not working for you. You're not investing it. You know, what are your goals? And so many of us are just busy living life. We're not thinking long term, but hey, it's going to sneak up on you before you know it. We were going over college funds
Yeah.
and like, ooh, some of these funds, we need to start pumping some cash in there real quick. But, you know, who has extra cash to spend right now, especially after the year, you know, we just come off of. But I guess the goal is to die with, and some people say the goal is to die with nothing, to spend it all. But don't you want to have something to leave your kids? A lot of it's two
That's a
different
good
philosophies.
question. Yeah. Some people want to die and leave it all to their heirs. Some people want to spend everything that they have.
Some of the wealthiest people leave their kids nothing.
I tell you
like,
what.
I earned it, you need to earn yours, because they see the potential harm in just giving money that's not earned.
I don't think I want to be the richest guy in the graveyard.
That's right. That's right. Well, I said all that because yesterday Alan and I had this big conversation. So you had another conversation today you need to fill me in on.
I did.
Alan and I haven't even visited with that. Y'all, please forgive me. We're not going to have our financial conversation here on the podcast. We do share a lot, but probably not that one. But listen, in 2019, so the year before the year from hell, Experian reported that the average total debt per consumer, that's including your mortgage, because I know a lot of people are debt-free except for the mortgage, but most of us carry car notes, credit card debt, mortgage, rent, whatever. The average total debt per consumer in 2019, $90,460. Is that more or less than you would have thought?
Whoa, wait a second. That's not including their house?
That is including.
Oh, that is including their house.
But that outpaced the average annual income of $50,413 in 2019. Where do you stack up, right? So basically, we earn about half of what we owe. Is that a good thing, a bad thing? Some people think it's a good thing to carry a certain amount of debt. Dave Ramsey's philosophy is you pay cash for everything and pay off everything, right? And own your house and your car and all, pay cash for it. So anyway, Experian does not include net worth in its 2019
Wait,
report.
back up.
What?
You said something about, because that is totally opposite from what I heard yesterday at our meeting. You just said Dave Ramsey said what? Pay cash
Dave
for...
Ramsey does not believe in owning credit cards or having any credit card debt.
Oh, okay.
He only uses like a debit card, and he believes if you can't afford it, you don't buy it.
What about cars?
pay cash.
Pay cash for a car.
Yeah, he doesn't lease or anything. He pays cash.
See,
and so he will drive a beater into the ground. He believes in like getting used cars and driving them till they can't drive anymore.
Okay.
Because your goal with Dave Ramsey, if you've ever listened to him, I'm assuming a lot of you have, is to pay off your debt. That everything.
A lot of people would say that's dumb.
Well, I mean, there's different
because
philosophies.
if you have $20,000 cash to go buy a used car, say you're going to buy a used Honda Accord, I have $20,000. I can put that $20,000 in the market, and I know in 10 years I'm going to make 6%, or 20 years I'm going to make 6%. That 10,000 is going to grow, or that 20,000 is going to grow to a lot of money.
Okay, but
after 10 years, I've got a beat down Honda Accord. Now what am I going to do?
It's not worth anything. But then you just junk it and get another junker. He believes in not going above your means. Different philosophies, people. All right. So anyway, CNBC Select took a look at the Fed's latest survey of consumer finances and learned the overall average net worth of U.S. households. The net worth. This is all your assets. When you take out, what is it? Your net worth is assets minus liabilities, right? $748,800. That sounds pretty good. That's a healthy thing, right?
How much?
$750,000 rough is the overall average net worth of U.S. households. That's your assets minus your liabilities, right?
That seems extremely high.
Doesn't it? Okay, net worth varies widely based on a person's circumstances, such as your income, cost of living, family inheritance, race, ethnicity, housing status, whether you rent or buy, and your educational background. So they did a breakdown of both average and median American net worth by age. So I was like, okay, the difference between the median and the average. So the median is the number dead in the middle. So if you're surveying 1,000 people, this is like whatever the person at 500. So it's everybody. It's the one right in the middle, right?
Okay.
And then the average is you take all those numbers and it's different number.
Divide by 100?
Divide by 100, right? Okay.
Where are you going with this?
I'm going to tell you so you can see where you compare. I think this stuff is fascinating.
Okay.
So it gives you an idea if you're keeping up with the Joneses maybe or doing better, or maybe you need to kind of step up your game a little. Okay, so if the average age, household net worth by age, if the head of the family is younger than 35, your median net worth is $13,900. But your average net worth is $76,300. That means there's so many more people making a lot of money. It brings the average to $76,000. If the head of the household is 35 or younger.
I think for this discussion, why do we need to know the median? What?
Okay, let's just do the average net worth then.
Yeah, I
okay?
think it's a little confusing for everybody.
All right, then I'll just do the average.
Let's just do average, yeah.
Okay, so if you're less than 35, your average net worth should be $76,300. If you're between the ages of 35 and 44, average net worth $436,200. Look how much it jumps. Age 45 to 54, average net worth $833,200. Your assets, your house. You just have to take into consideration probably a 2-income earning family. You've got a house. You've got some nice cars and things, right? And you think that's your prime earning years. Ages 55 to 64, the average net worth, $1,175,900.
That's where you make all your money in your 50s and 60s.
Because that's where your investments and stuff are paying off. Because is that where your highest earning potential, or is that when your investments are paying off?
Your earnings should be the highest at that point. I mean, if you've stayed in your career.
Listen to this: 65 to 74, average net worth $1,217,700. So I guess it's just your investments keep going up, right?
Yeah. Well, at that point, you're getting close to retirement, or you've already retired.
And then it starts coming down.
You've just accumulated a bunch of wealth.
Then it starts coming down at age 75.
Because then you start drawing
and
from
up. It's $977,600. That's the average net worth in the United States. That just seems high to me, right?
Is there any caveat in this thing, babe? Because that sounds really high.
I'm telling you, a breakdown of both the average and median American net worth by age, according to the Fed. In 2019, now this is before.
Well, here's the note
now.
here, Evans. It says the most affluent households in the U.S.
Throw it off.
Skew the proportions.
That's why I wanted to do median.
resulting in an average that's well above most people's realities. A better indicator is the overall median
That's what
net
I was
worth
saying, and you wanted me to do
of,
the other.
of U.S. households, which is 121,700.
So the rich people are throwing off the average.
Yeah.
Let me go back to median now. That would be the better
Doing
indicator.
them both at the same time was confusing.
That was throwing you off? Okay,
Yeah.
the median is the more realistic number. So if you're under 35, your median net worth, 13,900.
You got nothing.
35 to 44, 91,300. 45 to 54, 168,600. 55-64, 212,500. 65-74, 266,400. This sounds more normal to you
That
now?
sounds more normal.
And then over the age of 75, 254,800. Because the rich people are throwing the averages off.
Yeah.
So the median is what we should have looked at
Right.
instead of the average.
Because the rich people are astronomically rich.
Right.
And that really skews that. Yeah.
So now that's more realistic. So where do you measure up? Where do you measure up? Hey, listen, Alan and I are having so much fun talking to you on our podcast, so much so that we want to do even more. That's why we've been doing stereo for the past several weeks on Tuesday nights. But we're changing up the time this next Tuesday, so pay attention if you've been a regular with us or if you'd like to join us for the first time. Go to wherever you get apps and download the stereo app for free. And then follow us. I'm at Kellie Raspberry.
I'm at the Alonzo 1971.
And it's like a bonus little love.
It's like B-sides.
Yes, it's like the B-sides. We can take this bonus hour anywhere you want to go. And that's the fun part, is having some of our podcast family jump on with us and ask us questions, give us advice on, upcoming vacations. We had so much fun last time.
They're the bus drivers. We're the students.
That's right. We're just along for the ride. So again, go download that free stereo app right now while you're thinking about it. Follow me at Kellie Raspberry.
And me at the Alonzo 1971.
And this Tuesday night, we're shaking things up. We're going to be doing our stereo at 4 p.m. Central Time. So keep that in mind. You'll get a notification. Hey, Kellie and Allen are going live. But just make sure you keep that in the back of your mind. And we'll see you Tuesday afternoon next week.
Boom.
Money just fascinates me. I don't want to... It's not the money that fascinates me. I like the security that money gives you, I've always had like bag lady syndrome. Like I've always had a fear that I'm going to lose everything, as unrealistic as it sounds, because, I've got like a worst case scenario and everything went up in smoke. We've got parents that would help us out, right? We're not going to end up on the streets, but it's an unrealistic fear that I have. Anyway, there you go.
Yeah, that was
I just
good.
thought that was interesting.
No, it is. I think a good takeaway for everybody is like, it is good to meet with a financial person at least once a year and talk about like, what are your goals? What are you trying to do? Because man, the time sneaks up on you,
And you be a little shamed because they will I was a little embarrassed at some things we went over yesterday. It's like, oh, ouch. Yeah, you're
Really?
right. Yeah. Just like how much money we really are socking away as opposed to how much we just have sitting there doing nothing, in the bank account.
Well, that's the thing. They can have those conversations with you that you're not really sure about. Like, well, I think I should have X amount of dollars in the bank for a rainy day. I'm not really sure. And they can explain to you, well, you can still have money in the bank for a rainy day, but that money, you're losing money because of inflation. If you had that in the market in an investment or an IRA or something that was earning for you, by the time you need that money at retirement, it's going to be this big number. But time you only have one chance, right? When you get older like us, you can't go back 20 years and say, oh, I wish I had put a bunch of money in the market now.
Well,
I wish I had bought a bunch of Tesla and Apple then.
Right. Well, I don't do that kind of stuff. But I'll tell you, it's really frustrating for me because I've always been really worried about my security. So whenever my financial guy I've used for years and years, he would come to the radio station. That's how I met him. And we'd have all these young little, minimum wage, barely earning workers. And we'd be sitting there wide-eyed. And they were like, okay, if you can just give me $100 a week, and everybody be like, whatever, or $100 a month, and they're still like, whatever, because at that age, you got an apartment, you're struggling, right? And any extra money you have, you're going out and partying and blowing it. And it was really hard for me to watch all these, 22, 23-year-olds, as Dan's sitting there telling them, look, you have to understand, you start putting that money in there now, and by, the age of 50, you'll have this much money in the bank. And of course, when you're 22, you're not thinking of 50. That's that's a million years away.
So far away.
I'll start saving tomorrow. But I was such a little nerd and scared of, dying homeless that I started giving him my money then. And it's just slowly built up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in a pretty good position now, but I'm also 54. But you've got so many people that are my age. It's like, oh, wow, I'm probably going to retire here in about 10 or 20 years. I need to start doing something now. I mean, I guess it's better late than never.
Yeah, I think it's real important, though, to have those.
As soon as you can.
Have those conversations and put a plan together, especially if you have kids. Then there's insurance, there's wills, there's college, and you don't want to be paying for college out of your pocket. You don't want to be paying cash for college. You want to be drawn from those 529s you set up 10 years ago.
And we don't know what's going to happen with the student loan situation. I know they're trying to get, the government to forgive all the loans. And I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen, but you hear these people.
That'd make a college degree useless, wouldn't it?
I don't know. But I mean, people are racking up hundreds of thousands of dollars of college debt. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't understand carrying that much college debt, but well, who am I to judge? I don't know. People have different reasons for different things.
That's right, babe.
That's right. We just got what we're dealing with.
You're entitled to your opinion.
Hopefully something we've said has spurred you to take some action, because I want y'all to retire with some money and not have to be homeless and deal with all that.
What do you mean not be homeless?
I don't want to be homeless. I don't want you to be homeless either.
Well, I don't want to be homeless.
Scary stuff.
It is.
All right. So if people keep, everybody lately, have you noticed this lately, has been getting into meditation? Have you been hearing a lot of that?
I know they hit those bongs.
The gongs with the sound.
A gong. Yeah.
The sound baths and things like that.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, how do I do that? And when do I have time to meditate? We're all so busy. Well, if you have just 10 minutes, Headspace can change your life. Headspace is your daily dose of mindfulness in the form of guided meditations in an easy-to-use app. Headspace is one of the only meditation apps advancing the field of mindfulness and meditation through clinically validated research. Whatever your situation, Headspace can help you feel better. If you're overwhelmed, Headspace has a 3-minute SOS meditation. If you need help falling asleep, Headspace has wind down sessions their members swear by. And for parents, Headspace even has morning meditations you can do with the kids, because mornings are very chaotic times. Wouldn't it be better to start off on a calm note with the kids? Headspace's approach to mindfulness has been proven to reduce stress, improve sleep, boost focus, increase your overall sense of well-being. And if you're like me and Allen, we're like, what is gonging and oming? And, you lie there and your mind's zooming around all over the place. You can't focus on your own. Well, Headspace guides you through that. It makes it easy for you to build a life-changing meditation practice with mindfulness that works for you on your schedule, anytime, anywhere.
And you deserve to feel happier. And Headspace is meditation made simple. Go to headspace.com/sandwich. That's headspace.com/sandwich for a free 1-month trial with access to Headspace's full library of meditations for every situation. This is the best deal offered right now, and you can get it at headspace.com/sandwich today.
All right, y'all ready for some fun? Allen and I love jingles.
Yeah?
Don't you love jingles?
Yeah, I like jingles.
Okay, never mind. I love jingles.
I like jingles.
I love jingles.
I like jingles.
And there's, let me find
Can
this.
I sing some?
Well, yeah, in a second.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so there's this company called Quality Logo. And they did all this research on jingles. Let me just tell you this real quick. Do you know how long jingles have been around? From what many reports say, the very first jingle was for Wheaties cereal. And it debuted on the radio Christmas Day, 1926.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
How did it go?
I don't know that one.
Oh.
But they said that some jingles you just can't remember to save your life, but some are just burned into your brain. You'll just be like me around the house sometimes. I'll just start. There is one jingle I cannot find anywhere. I have looked on YouTube. I have tried search engines. I can't find it. And I think I am the only one who remembers the commercial for Bounce fabric softener. I can't remember it in its entirety, but I loved this jingle so much. I kind of always pick it up in the middle. It goes, with Bounce, all you gotta do is tear one off and bounce one right into your dryer. And when your laundry's through, you know the bounce, bounce, bounce can do a lot of nice things for you. Isn't that great? I love that. I can't find it anywhere.
Never heard it in my life.
I love it. But according to this quality logo, they said you'll be shocked. The top 10 most recognizable jingles are attached to brands between 50 and 100 years old. So these are brands that have been around forever.
My baloney has a first name. It's Oscar. My baloney has a second name. It's Mayer. And
I love to eat it
every day. And if you ask me why, I'll say, 'cause Oscar Mayer has a way of BOLOGNA.
And he goes, how'd you like that? How's he do it? He eats the sandwich on the bridge. I can't remember that kid. Anyway, 5 of the jingles that are the most recognizable date back to the 1960s. And by the way, all 4 insurance jingles. Nationwide.
Nationwide is on your side.
State Farm. We are farmers.
Dun,
No, that's
dun,
Farmers
dun,
Insurance.
dun, dun.
That's Farmers. Farmers is one of them. What's State Farm?
I don't know.
How does State Farm go?
I don't know.
And Liberty Mutual.
I don't know.
Liberty.
Of all the insurance ones, that's the
We can't remember State Farm.
the weakest one.
What's State Farm?
I don't know.
I can't remember. Anyway, it says they all placed in the top third of the pack for their recognizability. Well, not with Kellie and Allen. We can't remember State Farm.
Well, we got
3 out of 4. But just because you recognize it does not mean you love it. Because Liberty Mutual tops, even though it's recognizable, it tops both the most hated and most annoying.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Can somebody in the chat room help us out with that?
Yeah, our very best customer, Yana Blaylock.
Thank you. We just went blank on that. So let's see. Even though Liberty Mutual tops both the most hated and most annoying list, it's still in the top 10 for catchiest.
Okay.
Liberty.
Liberty.
The catchiest jingle of all time.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back,
Did
baby.
you read over my shoulder or did you guess?
Chili's baby back ribs. I want my Chili's baby back ribs. Barbecue sauce.
Did you look over my shoulder or did you know
Chili's.
it?
No, I didn't.
That is the catchiest one of all time.
Is it really?
Yeah. Second catchiest, Folgers. Put some Folgers in your cup.
And Folgers in your cup.
Something wakes you up. Put some Folgers in your cup and let something.
Well, we obviously don't know that one.
Well, see, the reason I can't remember it is because the Kid Craddock morning show changed the words to it and said, put some coffee in your cup and let Kid Craddock wake you up. And that's why I'm like, I can't, that's what I hear when I think it.
Did Folgers lawyers ever call y'all?
No. But Folgers was the second catchiest and second in the most likable jingles.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let's do the 10 catchiest jingles of all time.
Okay.
Okay, we've already done number 1.
Okay.
I want my baby back.
Baby back, baby back, baby. Okay.
Then the number 2, I already told you. The best.
Why aren't we going from 10 to 1 though?
You want to go backwards then? Okay, number 10. Liberty.
Okay.
Catchiest. Number 9. Give me a break.
Give me a break. Give me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Let's break me off a piece of that.
Oh.
Not give me off a piece. Number 8. Uh-oh.
Spaghetti-O.
Yes. Number 7. What would you do?
For a Klondike bar.
That's right. 6. Ace is the place with the helpful
Hardware man.
Now it's folks. They've changed it to folks because man was offensive.
Wow.
Okay, how about number 5? Chia.
Yeah.
That's for chia pets.
Chia.
Number 4. Maybe she's born with it. But how does the song go? Maybe it's Maybelline. I know maybe it's Maybelline, but I don't remember the maybe she's born with it part as being sung.
I don't really remember that one.
And number 3 is Ricola. Number 2, the best part of waking up is Folgers. Number 1, baby back. Now, they also have the most memorable. I mean, they broke this down into every
Good
category.
night.
Not only did they look at could you like they'll ask the person, does this jingle ring a bell? Yes or no? Are you kind of familiar but not really sure quite how it goes? You know, you hear us flubbing up some of the lines. That's a maybe. Then there's the tune popped right into my head right away. That's how they did it. So the most memorable advertising jingles of all time. Coming in 20th, Liberty Mutual. Number 19, clap on,
Clap off.
clap on,
Clap
clap
off.
off.
Clapper.
Clapper. That's number 19. Number 18, Ace Hardware. 17, Klondike Bar. 16, Be All That You Can Be in the Army. How does that? All that
you can be in the army.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Be all that you can be. 15, Folgers. 14, Mommy, wow, I'm a big kid now. That's Huggies.
That's Huggies?
That's Huggies.
Okay.
Number 13, the most memorable is Chili's Baby Back Ribs, but it's number 1 in the catchiest. Number 12 is Chia. Number 11, Every Kiss Begins with K.
Oh, come on. Really? All right.
K Jewelers.
Yeah, I know what K
Which is
Jewelers
really genius marketing.
I think it's Every Kiss Begins with K.
That's what I just sang.
Oh, you were in a different key.
That's exactly what I did. But that's genius marketing, isn't it? Because every kiss does begin with K.
I'm telling you what, I'm listening. If they don't have my favorite one on there, this is not
Number
gonna be
10
good.
is I Don't Want to Grow Up.
I'm a Toys R Us kid. No, they went tits up.
But it's still a good jingle.
Yeah.
Number 9, Give Me a Break.
Give me a break. Give me a... Da, da, da.
Number 8, Good. Good. That's
What's
all it
that?
is. That's Campbell's soup. Good. Good.
I don't know about
Number
that.
7, Like a Good
Neighbor,
Neighbor,
State Farm is there.
Number 6, SpaghettiOs. It doesn't have to be a long jingle to be memorable. Number 5, this isn't a jingle. No, that is too. They're magically delicious. It is a jingle.
They're magically delicious. They're magically delicious.
It's just, they're magically delicious. What is it?
They're magically delicious. I can't remember.
Lucky Charms.
Oh.
Snap, Crackle, Pop, Rice Krispies. How does that jingle go?
I don't remember that one.
Is there a jingle? I just know it's Snap, Crackle, and Pop. I don't remember a jingle to that one. Then number 3 is Ricola. And here's number 2 on the list of most memorable advertising jingles of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving it.
Yep, McDonald's.
What was number 1?
It's so easy, right? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. But they said that was the most recent jingle. But 3 of McDonald's campaigns placed in the top 50. Two all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun was number 21.
What about
and
You Deserve a Break Today
at McDonald's?
You deserve a break today at McDonald's.
That was number 50.
They're doing it all for you.
That
Or
was
something
number
like
50.
that, right?
So number 50 was You Deserve a Break Today. 2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions.
Is that a jingle or is that
I don't remember them singing it, but that was number 21. And then ba-da-ba-ba-ba, number 2. And number 1 is Nationwide is on Your Side.
What about Coke?
It might have been in the top 50, but I don't have it. Which version of their jingle?
Have a Coke and how's it go? Have a Coke and a smile. Dun, dun. It'll make you feel good.
Where the
And
kisses
it's
are hers and hers and
Three's company too.
You're getting confused.
Dun, dun, dun.
No, Coca-Cola was, I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world a Coke and keep it company. That's the song I sing. So I know they've probably done other
What
ones.
about, I've got 2. Sleep experts.
Yeah. I don't know if that's nationwide.
What about-
it is nationwide.
Living spaces.
Those are good too.
Those are good ones.
But
Yeah.
again, does anybody remember the Bounce commercial? Am I
No.
the only
No. Yes.
person in the universe?
Yes.
Unbelievable. There's so many other good jingles. I could go literally. I have a list of like 100. We don't have time to do
I
all
thought
that.
we were gonna play. What is that game y'all play? Battle of the Jingles. Battle of the
Well, how do you do that?
King of.
How do you play it?
Well, you would
You
sing
go back and forth.
You would go back and forth till somebody can't think of a jingle.
Well, I've already
but
gone
we've
through
already
some.
gone
We'll have to
through
do
it.
that another time.
We'll have to do it another time.
Your sister's the one that's the
she
queen
knows
of all
she knows
jingles.
every jingle that's ever been written. And
Yeah.
she can sing them.
But
too.
she won't be a guest on our podcast, nor will she listen to it.
No, she won't come 15 miles within that Rode Class A servo biased preamp with Aphex onboard technology.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
if y'all want to look it up, it's what was it? Quality Logo Products did this little survey on the jingles, which is fun. I like taking little trips down memory lane. You can really get in the rabbit hole on YouTube because that's what I was doing. I was looking for jingles for bounce, and I ended up where people like with their VHS tapes or whatever, they are posting commercials, like entire commercial breaks from the 70s. And it's so cool because commercials used to last like 2 or 3 minutes.
Kind of like ours on the
I'm
podcast.
like, I know, right?
Yeah.
That's the way it should be. But it was like, oh my gosh, I remember that commercial when I was a kid, watching Match Game or whatever, or Truth or Consequences during the daytime TV we used to watch. But it's really fun if you want to go on YouTube and just start looking up 70s commercials. It's a lot of fun.
I don't see how you can remember all that.
What?
Commercials from the 70s.
Well, you don't like just sitting here. I don't remember it, but then when they play it, on
when you went
the
on
TV,
YouTube,
you're like, oh my gosh,
okay,
yes, I
okay.
remember that. They would do Tide laundry detergent commercials where they'd rip shirts in half and they do one in one fabric wash and one in the bleach and stuff. But that bounce one, I can't find.
This is the most random factoid. 2 of my favorite commercials. One was a Coke commercial. No, it was Diet Coke, and I don't know if you remember this, but they were playing Paul Oakenfold. Starry-Eyed Surprise was the song they were playing. And there was this chick, and she was skating on the beach, and she was skating around and skating backwards,
all the fancy stuff,
doing all this fancy, and she was drinking Diet Coke, and they were playing Starry-Eyed Surprise.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I want a Diet
I
Coke.
want a freaking Diet Coke because that's cool.
Yeah, they're selling a feeling.
Yeah, that was an awesome commercial. And the other one I can remember, Volkswagen used to do really cool ads in like the early 2000s. Volkswagen did a cabriolet ad, and they were selling the Volkswagen Cabriolet, and they were playing Nick Drake, Pink Moon. It's a real obscure song, but it's a good song. And everyone was in the cabriolet. They were driving. It was night, and they were driving kind of in the mountains or something. They looked up, and they could see the moon, but they were playing Nick Drake, Pink Moon during that VW ad. And I loved VW after that. In fact, I bought a Jetta not long after I was really into Volkswagen, but a lot of it was
because of that.
A lot of it was because of their advertising.
They're selling
I thought
a feeling.
their advertising was
they're
really
selling
cool.
an image, sexy, fun. I remember the Dr. Pepper commercials. They used to have this guy that he actually was on a sitcom and he was a singer and everything, and he was just so. It was like during the Saturday Night Fever phase, and he was singing the Dr. Pepper song. Remember, I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper, we're a pepper. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? Be a pepper, drink Dr. Pepper. It was just, they were fabulous. So anyway, I miss a lot of those. Go on YouTube. In fact, after Alan and I hit the stop record button on this podcast, I might make him go to YouTube with me right now. But we'll see. In the meantime, honey, that's it for this podcast. I hope you appreciate what I brought.
That was good stuff.
I tried.
Some of it was very
Got a little off rails.
useful, practical information.
Got a little off rails with the financial stuff.
Some of it was fun.
Yeah.
Some of it was very pertinent to a lot of the gals that are wanting face procedures. None of it had anything to do with me, but that's okay.
Money and jingles.
I'm kidding. No, it was good. It really was.
And the shrimp cereal.
The shrimp cereal. You got me all in a huff about how I think this guy is just trying to buffalo General Mills. I think that's his bit. He's just trying to buffalo him.
I don't think so. I think he's completely grossed out that he ate cereal that has obviously been.
So what's he want? Big payout
I don't
now?
know what he wants, honey.
Bet he wants a big.
Why are you so cynical about this?
I bet he wants a big payment now. I don't know. I'm just taking the other side.
Let's not bring it up again. Let's wrap up on a high note.
Bet he wants a big payment, doesn't he?
I don't know what he wants, Alan. I regret the day I brought it up.
All right, babe. I love you desperately.
I love you. Don't touch my stuff.
Sorry. Sorry. I didn't know your.
It's my décolletage. Just don't touch me.
I didn't touch your décolleté.
You were close. You were getting close.
I touched your shoulder.
That is close to my décolleté.
That
See
was
where the red is.
That was the biggest panic I think I've ever seen.
I did not panic. I just don't want you touching me.
Love you desperately.
I love you.
I love our listeners desperately. I love the word décolleté desperately.
I don't think I'm saying it right.
But I'm sure we'll podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.
All right, Alan, that was so much fun. Thank you for doing the podcast with me. And thank you for doing stereo with me every Tuesday.
It's been fun.
It has been fun.
Been a lot of fun.
We're changing things up this week. This coming Tuesday, we're going to be on at 4 p.m. Central. We have some other obligations later that night, but we don't want to miss stereo with you because we have so much fun. In fact, if you missed last week's stereo, here's a little bit of what you missed.
I was wondering, what's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done in front of the other?
Well, probably tooting, I would think, in my experience.
Well, is that your answer? I mean,
I would think is there anything you think I should be more embarrassed about? Well, I'll tell you, I got really, really drunk one New Year's Eve. I was hosting a party and I was supposed to count down at midnight, and I got so drunk that I literally blacked out, and Alan had to leave the party but he was so sweet. But apparently I was just a bit of a mess. I've fallen in front of Alan several times, but I think tooting is the thing that probably is the most embarrassing, right?
See?
Wow.
See? So go download the Stereo app for free right now. Follow me at Kelly Raspberry.
And me at the Alonzo 1971.
And remember, we're going to be joining you at 4 p.m. Central.
4 p.m.
This one time only on Stereo. Tuesday.
Bye.